Today what I'm going to make for you is iced coffee. Now that may seem like something that's really simple, and actually it is really very simple, except for that over the last few months I've been making this for myself. It's now summer and the temperature's been pretty warm. I'm up here in Pittsburgh, and I've been drinking iced coffee on my way to work, and I find that really the coffee just really didn't taste all that good. So I thought I would try something a little different. Instead of using regular ice cubes with water, I started using ice cubes made out of coffee. Now, even that sounds simple, and it is, but I'm going to show you some of the things I've learned along the way, just to make it a little easier for you, and a few things to expect. To make the ice cubes, I just want you to really see how much coffee it really does take. It takes quite a bit. But to make them, I have a little bit over 8 cups of coffee in here. And you just want to slowly pour. I pour right in the center of the 4. This isn't water. When it gets on the table, it's messier. You really don't want to make these ice cubes with the milk and sugar in them if that's what you like. It's best just to make them plain, because the sugar softens the cube, and sometimes the sugar melts out first into your coffee, which makes it sweeter than you really want. So now I'm down to just below 6. I've taken 2 ice cube trays full of coffee out of the freezer. I'm going to let them sit for a minute or two. They don't come out quite as easily as regular ice cubes, so I'm going to show you how to do it. I usually get a tray, and I will turn them over on this tray, and I'll just turn them, I'll keep going, turn it back and forth, where they'll come out. This one was probably out of the freezer for about a minute. Okay, so that helps keep the table from getting any coffee on it. Then I'm going to take a plastic bag and I'm going to save my ice cubes in it. Put them back in the freezer till I need them. So here are my ice cubes, and I have a glass. This is a glass, so if you're going to put warm or hot coffee into a glass, it's a good idea to put a spoon in your glass, because that helps keep the glass from breaking. It helps to absorb some of the heat. So I'm going to start off by putting a few ice cubes in here. Now at this point, you may want to put your sugar in and your milk. Put your sugar in first, because the warm coffee will melt the sugar. And then you can add some milk, because that will also help to cool down the coffee. But it really doesn't matter, because your ice cubes are made of coffee. Okay, so I'm just going to go ahead and pour a little. I'm going to pour a little coffee here. Okay, because I want to give it a stir. I want to melt these ice cubes a little bit. That helps bring the temperature down, so when I add more ice cubes to it, they don't just go ahead and melt. But I haven't made the coffee any weaker by doing this. At this point, you might want to add your milk, or anything else you like to add. Cream, half and half. Some of the coffee creamers are good. Okay, so now I've cooled this way down. It's not hot at all. It's nice and cool, actually. So at this point, I can go ahead and add more coffee cubes, and they're just going to go ahead and melt and make my... Now you do want to consider the fact that you're making more coffee when you add more ice cubes, so you want to add a little bit more sugar to make up for that difference. So that's pretty much it. Okay, you don't need to add more hot coffee. You're mostly just adding the hot coffee just to get it started. So there you go. There's some nice iced coffee. Of course, I put a little bit of sugar and milk in it, but that's a start.